number 2 then on page 596. They've broken it up more specifically for you. It's exactly the same thing that we did. The first question is, what's the range? So we're looking on our table. How do I find the range of the data? How nice of them to put it in order, Trey.
28.1 minus 0.9.
28.1 minus 0.9 is 27.2.
Correct.
Check my math. Highest minus lowest.
I did.
I tried. Today's not been one of my better days, I'm not going to lie. Whew. Lower quartile, median, and upper quartile are what's being asked in letter B. And how nice of them to put everything in order for us. They are nice. There are 8 data points, right? 1.4 and 1.2 are the ones in the middle because there's 8 data points. So it's the 4th and the 5th. What's the average of 1.4 and 1.2? Good. Yay. 1.3 because it's in the middle of those two. That's what the mean is. You're finding out median. Yes, median. If you need to write that whole word out, go for it. The lower quartile means I would cover up 1.3 and only have what's below it. I again have 4 points. They love in 8th grade to give us even numbers. But what's in the middle? 1 and 1.
So
my lower quartile is going to be
1.
1 because it gave us the same numbers. Marty, your new seat's over here by me. You're bugging. Right now. Good. And then you move. Now, I'm going to cover up 1.3 and just have the 3 up top. Ooh, 2.0 and 1.6. I'm saying to myself, self, there's 0.4 in the middle. Half of that is 0.2. Sam, what's my number going to be? 1.8. If you can't mental math that, then you just have to plug it into your calculator. But I'm hoping we're getting to the point in math where we can mental math some of that stuff. Interquartile range. How big my box is. How do I figure out how big that middle 50% is? What the range of that middle 50% is? The interquartile range is, Luke. Good, upper quartile minus lower quartile. 0.8. D. Outliers. So anything that's really big or really small. How do I figure out if there's an outlier? Mathematically. Haley, say it again. 1.5 times the interquartile range, which is 0.8. If I have anything that is 1.2 away from my box, the middle 50%, it's an outlier. So let's look at the low end. My lower quartile is 1. If I take away 1.2, I get a negative number. Do we have any negative data points? No. Okay. Interquartile range times 1.5 is how we figure out if there's an outlier. 1.5 times 0.8 was 1.2. If it's less, if its family space is less than the lower quartile, it's an outlier. If it's 1.2 more than the box, then it's an upper outlier. So I want to know if it's 1.2 away. If I want to know if it's less than that, I have to subtract 1, the lower quartile, take away 1.2, that's a negative number. I don't have any negative data points. Not an outlier there. Are we done?
No.
No, we have to figure out if there's any past our box on the high end. So how do I figure out if I have any points too far away from the top side of my box? Where does my box end? It ends with the
20.1.
the upper quartile, 1.8. If I want to know if it's more than this many spaces away, what am I going to do? Ty. Good, I add because I want to know if it's more. Do we have any points that are higher than 3?
Yes.
Yes, we do. What's our outlier? We have an outlier in Spanish. 28.1 million speakers. It's a lot of speakers of Spanish. Absolutely it is. Of Spanish? No, like, they're spelled the same way, but we're talking about people that are speaking that language.
See.
Sí, señor. And so,
You gotta do E now.
that's the 7th grade stuff. E is the 8th grade stuff. That's what your lab report's going to look like. That I would argue is trickier. Okay? There's an E. And I would argue E is the most important letter.